everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back sharing with you P's Christmas book advent this year. I cannot believe it's now time to sit down and film her books for December. It's crazy. Gone out and dug out all of the books. This is what she has got. I've got quite a big pile this year. Like always, I have been collecting these throughout the past couple of years. Some of these I've had for a year, some not so long. So I thought I'd just sit down and go through with you what I got. I'm going to try and remember where I got them from, although the majority of these are secondhand. I'm trying to do it on a budget. If you are still trying to look for book advent stuff, I will quickly say the works do 10 for £10. I know quite a lot of you reached out to tell me that £10 is on throughout the year, whether it be Christmas or not. So if you're still trying to find some books, have a look in the works. It's better in store than it's better online than it is in store, just simply because in store is 3 for £5, whereas online it's 10 for £10, so it works a lot better value for money. No like structure to this in the order as to when she's going to receive them. I'm just going to go through what I've got, etc, etc. This one I've got is one that I literally found yesterday in a charity shop, and this is called You Choose by Nick Sharratt and Pippa Goodhart. So I assume she's the author because these illustrations are by Nick Sharratt. So what it looks like, this is 50p. And this is really good. One of those picking ones which I would have liked to have looked at P's age. So what kind of home would you choose? And then there's all sorts of different homes. So it's a really like good book that you look at and you work out what you would and what you wouldn't like. And then it says, and what would you put in it? And then you've got all sorts of different illustrations. It's just one of those, when I don't know if it's just me, when me and my dad used to like go to takeaways, this is so bizarre, we used to go to takeaways and dad would used to like read the newspaper or something, and there'd be like the advertisement in there, and there'd be like columns. I'd look through the column and be like, which one would you pick out of these? Which one did you pick out of these? So it's just like retro for me in that respect. What would you like for family and friends? And then you pick like the baby and then the friends over here. I just thought it was a really cool book that she can just sit and look at. So that is You Choose. And then I also got this one, just because it's retro. I've actually got individual books of this style, small ones from TK Maxx when I was pregnant, and I haven't found them since, so I've just started getting the bind-ups. Jane Hissey, Little Bear's Dragon and Other Stories. Does anyone remember Old Bear? Here's Old Bear. You've got Little Bear and Jolly Tall and Rabbit. These are just lovely, lovely stories. I used to have these on cassette tape. So again, it takes me back, and I got this for 50p. The illustrations in these books are just beautiful. I don't know if any of you remember them, but I remember the audiobooks just like yesterday. I can't remember who narrated it. I want to say it was Stephen Fry. And you've got the boat race. So you've got 4 stories in here. You've got Little Bear's Dragon, the boat race, the 3 bears and the birthday camp. So they're just really, really nice stories. And now P's getting older, she likes to sit and listen to stories. My bedtime reading time now has gone from like 3 minutes to like 15, but I'm okay with that. Another retro one I've got is Elmer by David McKee. I got this from a charity shop. I remember I've hauled it, I've showed it once before. It was a random price, I think it was like 59p. I never actually owned this as a child. But obviously it got read at school because it's a classic. So you've just got the colourful elephant. This is a really, really old book, but it's just lovely. And P's really into her colours. She knows her colours. I don't know if that's advanced or not for a 3-year-old, because I've got no experience, but she knows her colours, so I think she'll really like that. One that I found at a, was it a car boot sale? Or like a garage sale? Sonny's Treasure Hunt. It was like part of a deal. It was like 3 for £1, so I just found this. And it's basically about this duck who's bored and he wants to do something. So he goes on a treasure hunt, and I just thought it was quite cool. It's quite retro. That little duck. Found this at a charity shop, but it was brand new. One Mole Digging a Hole. This now finishes our collection of the Julia Donaldson square books. You know, like the hippo has a hat and stuff like that. And Greedy Moose Chocolate, not Greedy Moose Chocolate Goose. Chocolate Moose, Greedy Goose. Greedy Goose, Chocolate Moose? I don't know. The blue one. So this is what it looks like. And then you've got foxes, and it rhymes, so 4 foxes filling boxes. Hang on. 10 bees pruning trees. So that's that one. Really like that. I got that for £1. Looking at all of these books, and they're actually all from car boots and charity shops. Not a single one of these is brand new, which I think is crazy. I can't believe that. I really can't. Next one is Can't You Sleep Little Bear. I think this must have been like 50. No, it wasn't. It was a part of a deal. I remember getting this, and this was like 6 for £1 or something in a charity shop. This is lovely. Again, this takes me back to my childhood. It's actually quite a long story, but it's about this little bear, and he gets scared of the dark, and his dad keeps taking him different size lamps. So he starts off at a small one, and then he ends up with like a really big lamp like that, and then they end up going out and looking at the moon and having a cuddle, and it's just a really, really lovely story. My dad used to read this to me. To be fair, my dad was the only one that read me stories, so it was quite a rare thing. But this is by Martin Waddell, and it's just a lovely, lovely story, so I hope he will like that one. Another vintage one, this is 10 in the Bed. Again, from another charity shop. It's just a classic, isn't it? 10 in the bed, and then little one said roll over. But this has just got like animals in it. Let's have a look. And there they are. So you've got the boy in the bed, or the girl. And you've got all the little things, and then you've got the little rhyme down at the bottom. This one is by Penny Dale. Again, nice little charity shop find. A bit weird. I've had this one for a while. It must have been in my pile last year and I didn't give it to her. Jack Frost. I don't even know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to. The only reason why I'm giving this to her is just because it's festive. This is 49p because I've still got the label on the back. I remember getting this in the summer last year. It's just, I wish I didn't get it, but it's sort of one of those ones that I've got. I may as well give it to her. And to be honest, I don't really know the story of Jack Frost myself, so it's really pretty illustrations, but it's just a bit odd. So I'm not too sure if she's going to like it, but for the festive spirit and stuff, we've got that one. So that's Jack Frost. Another weird one I got at the same time actually as this one, which is Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. This is weird, and I was really hesitant to give this to P because I don't know if she's going to like it or not. I feel like she's going to get quite scared by it. I've never had this because it's a weird book. 49p, again, I just don't know how it's going to go down. This is brand new from a charity shop. You can just tell it's never been read. To be honest, I'm not really surprised. Like, this guy called Max in a cat outfit goes to like this weird island with these monsters. I haven't read it, so I don't know the moral behind the story. I just think that P might get quite spooked by it, so I might take it out of the book advent. I'm gonna leave it in and I'm gonna wrap it up, but leave me a comment below and let me know your thoughts on this book, because I just think it's a bit odd. So we've got that one. I've got a really lovely festive book which I think P is going to love. Guess How Much I Love You in the Winter. So this is a hardback, and P's actually got my hardback of Guess How Much I Love You, but she's not allowed to touch it because it's mine and it's special. So she's actually got a mini one of the proper one that she loves. And this is a Christmas version. This was from a charity shop. Ellie actually gave this to me because she brought it thinking that she didn't have it, and then she already had it, if that makes sense. And it's lovely. Really nice illustrations. I'm not going to read it because I like to keep the surprise to myself, but obviously if you know of Guess How Much I Love You, then you'll know. Which I'm really excited to finally give her is A Squash and a Squeeze by Julia Donaldson. A lovely story. I really can't wait to read this again. It just teaches about morals, which no, is it morals? No, it's not morals. It's teaching about how you should appreciate what you have. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's basically about this woman who has a house and she complains about how small it is, and then this man here, he fills her house with animals, and then he's like, take all your animals out again, and then she realizes that actually her house is perfect as it is. And I just think it's a good story, and it's a good lesson for children to learn. And I know she's only 3, but I liked that one a lot. To be honest, I think that was one of my favourite Julia Donaldsons that I've actually read. I've got a lot of time for this one. I have got all of the Julia Donaldson books, but I'm going to put them away for next year. I feel like she's too, I don't know, is she too young? I'm not too sure. She's too young for the length of the books, so I've put them away for now. Bedtime Bear, Ian Wybrow, he's a classic, and then obviously it's illustrated by Axel Scheffler, the Bedtime Bear, and it's a pop-up one. P doesn't actually have pop-up books. She's got flaps, but she hasn't got any pop-ups. If I can bloody get the thing, there we go. So you've got a little pulley tab here, and that moves. Oh, it would be good if the book stayed open. There you go. So this one's actually got a little bit of markings in it, but that's okay. Just need to go over it and give it a clean. I thought I had, but obviously not. But you get the gist. Really nice, really colourful. Again, it'll go down well. Probably be like a daytime book as opposed to a bedtime book, despite the name of the title. But when we give book advents, I normally do it in the evening. So then we get ready, we do pyjamas, do teeth, and then she has her book, and then she goes to bed. Another festive one is Maisie's Christmas Eve by Lucy Cousins. Classic. He loves Maisie. Absolutely loves it. So this is what it looks like. Really nice illustrations. I think she's going to really, really like this one. I really wanted to put this in her Christmas Eve box, but I've already got Christmas books in there and she didn't need that many. And this book advent, I believe, is only 23 books because Christmas Eve she gets her Christmas Eve basket with Christmas books in it anyway, so she doesn't need another one to unwrap. This is another one that I showed in a haul not too long ago. I think it's back in the summer. What do I look like? This was 50p from a charity shop, and this really takes me back. It's got a lot of scribbles on the front page, but other than that, it's absolutely immaculate. See, why do children draw in books? Like, I just don't get it. I never drew in my books as a child. I just rang, so I had to quickly go and turn the camera off, so I'm sorry if this looks a little bit skew-whiff. Anyway, this teaches children about emotions. So when I bang my thumb, you go from looking like that to looking like that. When Cat is a nuisance, he goes from looking like that to looking like that. So it's just a really good book, I think, about teaching children about emotions. So going to see how she goes with that, but I remember that from my childhood. Book you would have seen last year, which is just going to be a regular thing now. I think I'm just going to put it in each book advent. I'd like her to have a book that only comes out at that time of year, if that makes sense, and that is The 12 Days of Christmas by Jane Ray. I spoke about this last time. I got this on worldofbooks.com and it was £2.80, I think. It's hardback and it's beautiful, and I actually saw this on CBeebies at Christmas time, or just in general. They read out stories, and this was one of the stories they read out, and I saw the illustrations and I was like, I have to have that. Like, I love it. So it's quite grown up for P, but it's just one of those special books that I will keep out forever. The Dancing Women. It's just a really, really beautiful illustrated book. I think you can tell from like the books that I've shown how retro I like the books to be. There we go. So that is 12 Days of Christmas by Jane Ray. Oh, so yeah, love that one a lot. It's beautiful. That'll come out each year. Another old school one, One Night in the Zoo by Judith Kerr. So you can tell that I haven't really gone for too many like Christmassy books, just because I don't feel like she needs 24 Christmassy books, if that makes sense, because these are going to stay out each year or throughout the year. So this is like a counting book. 5 bears cooked a squid and squidberry stew, which turned 5 flamingos from pink to blue. So it's counting and rhyming, and then at the back, I just love Judith Kerr. Her drawings, or her illustrations, are beautiful, as are her stories. If you don't know, she's the author of Mog the Cat, so that is that one. Talking of Mog the Cat, I got this. This was from a car boot for 50p, brand new. However, this got released in 2015, was it? When Sainsbury's did their Christmas advert for Mog, and that is one of my favourite Christmas adverts ever. P loves it, we watch it all the time. So this was obviously from Sainsbury's. It might have been leftover stock, and it's just, I love that advert so much. If you haven't watched the advert, go and have a look at it. It's hilarious. And all the proceeds of these went to charity, which is lovely. The same sort of style is Lettuce. This one's a little bit dirty, I need to give it a clean. But we've got Lettuce, A Christmas Wish. I can't remember how much I paid for this. I think it was like 50p, and this was a part of a deal, which was like 5 for £1. This is beautiful. I love these. So these are by Mandy Stanley. Lettuce is a little rabbit, and this is about the little rabbit who doesn't really know what Christmas is and doesn't understand it. And then she meets these children and she goes home and she follows them. And then they teach her about decorating the Christmas tree and presents and all sorts like that. And then at the end, when she goes home, the children give her a gift, which are baubles for their little tree. And then, it's just lovely. I haven't even read it and I just love it. They decorate their little tree outside. So it's got a really nice meaning behind it as well. So that is lettuce. And then the other lettuce one is the flying rabbit. And I just got this one because obviously we've got all the others. Well, I say all the others. We've got a fair few in the collection now, which reminds me I need to get out the birthday one for P's birthday. Note to self. One that I wasn't too sure whether to give to her for like a birthday present or even just to wait until next year. But I was like, you know what, sod it. She loves looking at things. And this year she really got into Where's Wally. So I thought, if she uses it, great. If not, I can just put it in her wardrobe and get it out when I feel like she's ready. This was £1, and this is Usborne's 1,000 Things to Spot. It's bloody heavy. So this is basically what it says. You have these things down at the bottom. So you have like the key that says what you've got to find. And then it says like Monsters Nursery, and then you find the things within the picture. And each page is different. So here we've got a curious kitchen. So you've got like wizards and stuff. And then you've got fairies, like that. So you've got all like different subcategories. I'll tell you what they are. But then you've got farm ones, underground, treasure, pirates. Let me tell you what they are. You've got monsters, wizards, things to spot in fairyland, pirate, sea, bugs, farm and town. So you've got 8 different subcategories. Very, very good. Chuffed to bits with that. I think she's going to enjoy that, as will I. So I'm excited for her to receive that. And then finally, I've got 3 little ones which will be gifted on 3 different occasions. And they are these ones. So we have got Little Miss Christmas, Mr. Christmas, and 12 Days of Christmas. I still have my Mr. Men books that I've passed down to P. However, these are like the newer editions, just because you can tell this and the spine. They aren't like the numbered like Mr. Men or Little Miss collection. These are the newer ones, like the special editions. And I just really liked them. They were all together and they were 50p each, which it is quite a lot of money for what they are. But they're practically brand new, and I wanted them, so I got them. They are quite long stories actually, so again I probably could have given them to her next year, but whether I do like half of a story one day and then the other half the next, I don't know. We'll see. I just love Mr. Men. I love the illustrations. I've always loved Roger Hargreaves. Days of Christmas. What am I going to do? I've got 2 12 Days of Christmas. Oh, that makes it... Oh, I don't know what to do about that. That's quite conflicting. So, that's that one. And then the other one, Get It Out My Crotch, Little Miss Christmas, which I think is really sweet. So I need to try and figure out like an alternate system where she has a Christmas book, a normal book, a Christmas book, a normal book. I don't know if I've got enough, but never mind. Concludes my book advent video for this year. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment below, let me know if you do it, if you feel like it's not necessary. To be honest, it's not necessary, and for P, she's got so many books, it's not necessary at all. But because I buy books in quantity from charity shops and throughout the year, I just hold off giving them to her until this time of the year. And I love books. You all know how much I'm an advocate for reading. My dad was for me. I think that's where I got it from, and now I am for P, and I'm really, really on it with reading, and she loves sitting down reading her stories as opposed to watching telly. So this pile will keep her occupied. I can't wait to share these new stories with her. So like I said, let me know if you get involved. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next one.